I thought that was the most brilliant poem to start with, because honestly that describes my life over the last year. There are so many times when we've sort of felt, oh, everything we do, we fail. But I think we're getting to the point now with the ESOL Nexus project where we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm going to talk, hopefully in a positive light, about the sort of things we've been doing. And it's in no small measure thanks to the support of the ESOL community, the wider ESOL community as a whole. We've felt really supported on the project. We've felt that every time we've approached somebody to ask for information or advice or guidance, or access to learners to ask them questions, we've always been positively received. And we really thank all of you as representatives of the ESOL community for that. Just before I go on to highlights, I'll just give you a very brief potted background to the project, just in case any of you have managed to survive a year without knowing about it. We gained funding just over a year ago for the ESOL Nexus project from the European Integration Fund. And the funding is for 3 years. We've just got to the end of year 1. The main aim of the project is to develop a website which is now up and running, which is aimed at ESOL learners, ESOL teachers, and ESOL managers and policymakers. And I'll tell you a little bit more about each of those groups and how we're working with them. We have a team of resource specialists from across the 4 nations of the UK who've been writing resources for us. And they've also been looking at our existing British Council websites to draw down resources that may be useful for ESOL, either exactly as they are or with some adaptation. And we've really only just started to dip into adapting resources. And Shweta, who's here somewhere, or was, there she is, has been doing some adaptation, and also she's on the team writing new resources. But that's something we're looking at as well, is making things really suitable and appropriate for ESOL learners. And so that's part of our work. And we also have pilot centres who've been trying out resources and materials for us and giving us very helpful feedback, both from teachers and from learners, on the quality of the resources that we've developed. So I'm just going to share with you for a few minutes some of the things we've been doing with each of the groups we work with. And I'll give you 1 or 2 little examples as well. So the target group for EIF money is third country nationals. And I've become really expert at summarising third country nationals during the last year. That's learners who come into the country from outside the European Economic Area with an intention to settle. They are not asylum seekers or refugees, because there's a separate fund for those people. And they have been here for less than 10 years. They count as newly arrived if they've been here for less than 10 years. As we are a website project, in fact, our beneficiaries are much wider than that. We are an open access website, so any ESOL learner can access the resources and use them. And we have a burden of collecting information and data on how many of those learners are third country nationals and presenting those statistics back to the UK Border Agency, who manage the fund. But the resources we're developing will have an emphasis on settlement, they'll have an emphasis on life in the UK and on vocational context that learners who fit into this target group may find themselves in. And that's because, when it comes down to it, those are our key and core beneficiaries. There are additional resources which have got wider reach. They're more about enjoyment of the English language, or we've got things about pronunciation or speaking skills that aren't so specifically vocationally targeted or targeted on integration. So for these learners, we've developed the website, which is up and running. And when you land on the website, the home page is the learner page, because we are intending it to be a learner-centred site. If you're a teacher, you click on the top of the 2 tabs on the right-hand side, and if you're a policymaker or a manager, you click on the one below. Of course, everything is useful for everybody. That the learner pages are useful for teachers as well. We've also been developing resources for teachers, and our aim is to develop lesson plans, teachers' notes, You've been involved in the video booth today to produce tips for teachers, which has been great fun. Professional development framework, there's a list here, which is as long as your arm, of things that we've been doing. We've had articles written by our team about teaching in different contexts, and we've also had teaching activities developed as well. And there are lots more things in the pipeline, but there are examples of all of these things on the website now. And if you're interested in the teacher development resources, then if you come along to our session tomorrow morning, Philida is going to talk a little bit more about CPD and what it means, and then we'll be showcasing some of the newest resources, which have only been on the site for about 3 days. I just wanted to give you a little example of the way something would look on the site. This is a lesson plan about parents' evenings. So we identified quite early on that one of the needs that the type of learners we're dealing with have is to be able to go and communicate at their children's school and speak to their children's teachers. So we developed a lesson plan, and there are worksheets to go with it. There's a lesson plan, and there's actually some learner interactive materials on the learner site which are also about parents' evenings, and there'll be more coming which is intended to address themes around education and around parents supporting their children. And we worked, there's an example here of a bit of work, a bit of an aspect of our work which has been quite challenging. And that's getting partners who are willing for us to use their resources, because we had a real desire to use authentic resources, but that raises an awful lot of copyright issues. So a lot of the time we've spent has been on sort of following up and finding out how we can work with people and they can allow us to use authentic resources on the site. And Wolverhampton Parent Partnership Service were very pleased to have their resources featured, and they gave us permission. We had less success with a fire safety officer. It's Karen Dudley will remember the endless quest we had to find out how on earth we got hold of this fire safety leaflet, and in the end we gave up and went another way. But that's one of our challenges, has been to get copyright and get permissions to use things so that we can use things that are authentic. This is just a little preview of some of the work we've done on the CPD framework, which Judy's been very closely involved with. And we created little videos of teachers talking about themselves and about the stage in their career that they are at and how they would progress with their professional development. I'll just show you a tiny little clip of it, and you can see more if you come along tomorrow.
My name is Leila Rintan, and I come from Iran, originally from Iran, but I've lived here for a very long time, and my education started here in this country. I am an ESOL lecturer at the moment, and I teach a variety of levels at ESOL at the College of North West London. I also teach level 1 literacy, preparing a student.
Great. And Leila, it was nice to interview her because, of course, she herself has a great understanding of third country nationals, given the fact that she comes from Iran. So, and there are teachers at each of the levels in our framework talking about themselves, and you can see those on the website now. And the third group of people that we have been working with are policymakers, managers, and other key stakeholders. We have a desire to make access to new and existing research available to them, and that's something we're beginning to work on. That part of the website is only really in its infancy, and there are some really good research reports on there and a lot more waiting to be loaded up. We've also been working on networking opportunities, and we have an advisory group which is drawn from the 4 nations, and they've said that one of the benefits for them has been networking with other people who work in ESOL in the other nations, in addition to being able to advise on our project. And one of the little highlights we had was going to Northern Ireland, where there wasn't an ESOL network in existence anymore. There was no more funding available. And so those people that we dealt with there really appreciated that opportunity to get together, to have a workshop together. And it was as valuable for them being able to chat to each other and make links, I think, as it was for the actual content of the workshop that we were delivering. So I think we're quite happy about that result. We've also awarded 3 research awards, which I think you'll be aware that we put out a call to offer funding for 3 research awards this year. The 3 winning awards, winning research projects with these: Integration, A Student's Perspective, Online and Blended Initial Teacher Training, Present and Future, and one called Cracking Good Writers. And we will be awarding 3 more, what do I call them? Awards. 3 more awards in the spring next year. So watch out for those. And I think Melissa would say that one of the things we found was that people possibly need training in how to submit a bid for an award, and that's something we're looking at, offering some training in advance of those awards coming out to help people who think they might like to do that themselves. Our pilot centres have been really supportive. There are 12 pilot centres throughout the UK. And since January, February time, we've been setting up a linked teacher scheme. And some of our linked teachers are here at the conference. And a linked teacher takes resources from us that are nearly ready to go, tries them out with their learners and provides feedback. And it's feedback from the teacher and from the learners. And we've had some great, really, really helpful feedback. And we're very grateful for them and their support. So our pilot centres have hosted workshops. That's something else we do, is we'll go to a pilot centre and offer them a workshop. They've piloted the materials, provided us with linked teachers. And we've also recently been to visit learners as well, and we've been doing some filming in pilot centres. So the learners are going to feature on the site, and there are some interviews with learners, and they'll have activities to go with them. So as I said about the learner-centred nature of the project, we're really working hard on that. And a key part of our project this year was to develop a video resource for migrant domestic workers. We'd named them in our bid and said that we would work with them to develop a video resource. And it actually started out being something that we thought, oh dear, I almost wish we hadn't said we'd do this. This is going to be quite hard, setting up the links with the groups and finding out how to do it. In the end, it was one of the best things we did all year, and the learners worked themselves to devise the content for the video. They also acted as the main actors, stars and interviewers. You don't see anybody else in the video, apart from a little bit of work with the theatre group who did some role plays with them. But again, the role plays were directed by the domestic workers who said, we'd like to do some work on negotiation, for example, and the theatre group worked with them in a collaborative fashion. Now, I'm going to show you a clip from that, and we do have, there's my copy here, we've got some copies of the 6 films on DVDs. So if you would like one, then people who are on the British Council team have got some. So when we're having the drinks afterwards, if you're interested in having a copy of the Domestic Workers DVD, a few of them are going, no, I haven't got copies of I can see. Then do come and talk to us, and we'll give those to you. They will be on the website as well, but we haven't got them there yet. So just a little clip, and I think you'll just get an idea of what a great group of learners they were to work with.
Hi, my name is Noani Mukromin. I'm from Indonesia.
Hi, my name is Khadija.
Hi, I am Rupika.
Hi, my name is Nuraini Abdul Salam.
Hi, my name is Anna Paula. I'm from Morocco.
From Sri Lanka,
Indonesia.
I'm from Brazil.
Hi, my name is Saida.
Hello, I'm Dory.
And I come from Tel Aviv.
I'm from Philippines.
And welcome to this British Council town.
And I'm going to stop there. So if you want to see more, if you want to see more, you need to come and talk to us and get a DVD from us, or wait till it's on the website. We had a launch event about 2 weeks ago, was it? Oh, it was a fantastic event. They all came dressed up to the nines and had a fantastic time with us, and including the bloopers film, which the cameraman had made, which had everybody rolling in the seats laughing at all the things that had gone wrong along the way. So in the pipeline, we've got lots more of the interactive resources, which I haven't focused on. We've got, we did a workshop on that earlier in the day, but I would suggest you go to the website and try those out so you can see what's there. We've got more materials specifically about interaction with society and also some work and vocational resources being developed. We've got one online CPD module already finished and 2 more that will be on the website soon, more workshops, and you are all part of the additional video content because we've made some more today. And that's my contact details and somebody else who I want to stand up. So Marat, go and stand up. Anybody who emails about the project may find themselves dealing with this person, Marat, who has really kept us going all year, but often doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. But he keeps us ticking over, so I just thought it would be good for you to... And I just wanted to highlight a thing which is a sort of sideline to what I've been doing. Melissa's been working with Helen, who's here, and Anne Payton, to develop a DVD which is taken from the existing seminars which are ESOL based that are already on the British Council site, but they've taken it, they've edited and they've taken an editorial view of what is on there and then developed some resources for trainers to go with those seminars. And these books are on our table and we've got DVDs to go with them. They were developed specially for you, so please don't go away without taking them. They are free. If you've got colleagues that you think might be keen, then take them as well. We really don't want to post them back to Spring Gardens, so please do take them. And one more thing, this is a bit like, a shopping channel. These little cards that are on the table are intended for your learners, so you can take as many as you want or can get into your suitcases to hand out to learners. They've just got the website address on them and a little bit of information about the site, and the idea is that they can take them home and then look at the site in their own time when they're at home. So please clean us out of those as well. I'm going to hand over to Melissa, who wants to just talk about one other thing.
Right, I won't keep you from a glass of wine for too long, but I just wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, to thank NATECLA for enabling us to be involved in the conference and to support NATECLA in general. And also to thank Dot and her team, because they've taken this 100-page business plan that Phillida and I wrote, how long ago? A year and a half ago. And they've actually shaped it and created something vibrant and lively and we hope useful. So, and I know how hard Dot works and how hard the team work as well. So huge thanks to them for all of that. And we've also been trying to see how we can be more relevant to communities in the UK, to teachers of English in general, whether they're ESOL teachers, EFL or EAL. And part of the seminar series that Dot referred to earlier is about bringing people together, networking opportunities, ways of learning, best practice. And what we've done to try and take us a little bit further is to commission some papers that will come together in a publication in September, October, edited by David Mallows, who some of you may know. And it's a series of papers that will look at ESOL, EAL, the intersection between them, and where we go. So it's called an innovation we've got a series of innovations. We've got series innovations in teacher training, in ICT, and we're just working on those books at the moment. This one will be Teaching English to Migrants and Asylum Seekers, Refugees. We're still working on the title. But I have a list of all of the papers that you may be interested in. I think one of you is here, actually. Eleanor Cox, is she here? Oh, Thea, you're there as well. Great. So they have submitted papers and they will be published. So if you're interested, I've got a few copies of that just so you can see what's coming. So I'm informed that there is a glass of wine outside, right, Marat? Yeah, right. So I think next is the AGM. And oh yes, Dot was reminding me that there was a workshop that was postponed earlier on, Cormac Conway. So those of you who are going to go to that, it's going to be at 5 o'clock in room 2. But we're going to have the AGM as well, so people will come back here with their glasses of wine or in 20 minutes, yeah. So thank you for listening. Thank you again for your support to our project as well. And we're here and we can help you with more information if you like. Thank you.